Katie, and it's going to probably feel like you're just jumping into the middle of a story, because I'm not giving you a whole lot of background, but that's okay. Just follow along. You'll pick it up. My name is Katie. Like I said, I live on about a quarter of an acre of land. It's not much. It's just a little suburban homestead. Those are not all my chickens. Some of those chickens belong to a friend of mine. Only 3 of them left are mine. We are actively rehoming them. We're going to be putting our house up for sale and traveling the country in search of farmland because we have outgrown our little piece of land. So, to that end, we've purchased a trailer. This is our new home away from home. It's a Keystone Outback. I think it's 33 feet. Right now we have to go in through the back door because the front door can't open where it's parked right now because of the roof. But that'll change soon. This is our new home. I'm going to give you a short tour. Into here. So this is the master bedroom. It's on a slide, which is in right now. It's all the way in. So you can just imagine this is actually a lot bigger when the slide is out. And we had planned to move the RV into the driveway so we could open the slides entirely all the way, but we hit a snag. The big slide that holds the dining room table and the couch, the gearbox has failed, which it's pretty old, and it's this tiny gearbox trying to support this giant slide, so it's really not that surprising. So we ordered a new one. We actually took this board down here is the fascia that goes up here on top of the slide. We took that down so we could access the gears and things underneath or inside, and David will be replacing that. The part came in today, so we can replace that, get this slide pulled in all the way, and then we can move the RV into the driveway. We can turn on more lights and continue. You can see I've been bringing stuff in. These are all of our board games. This is amazing. I reduced them down to these bags and got rid of the boxes. So there's like 12 games in here, and it takes up way less space this way. So I'm happy with that. This is my little bathroom. I've already put up some towels for the kids. These are just beach towels. There's a space one for Peter and a unicorn one for Annalise. They each picked out their own. Hello. It's a pretty decent bathroom for an RV. I've definitely been in smaller ones. It's a decent sized shower height-wise. Of course, it's still small, but you know, it's an RV. There's a ton of storage. There's 2 cabinets there and 2 cabinets up here and a light. There's just tons of space in here. And we had the luxury of a porcelain toilet, which I know doesn't sound like much, but most RVs come with a plastic toilet. So a porcelain toilet is really nice. This is my kitchen. Here's my little fridge and freezer and a cabinet. And then I have a microwave and a 3-burner propane stove and oven. Right now the oven doesn't work, but David has the part to replace also to get that working. Because, I mean, we don't use it all the time, but it would be nice. We could also tear it out and replace it if we have to. They're pretty standard. And I have junk everywhere. Look out! This is the counter, which is actually, again, really nice and big considering it's an RV. Quite a lot of counter space with the sink here, with these cool counter, sorry for the noise, things you pull out for the sink. Nice stainless faucet, which we have yet to use. We're not actually hooked up to water right now because it was winterized. That means that there's antifreeze in all the plumbing, so we'll be able to do that as soon as we get it out of the driveway. I mean, de-winterize, I guess. There's lots of light in here, though, which is also really nice. There's lights everywhere. And this is my new paper towel holder. It came with a plastic one, which kind of worked, but I like this one better. The idea with this one is it's ratcheted so that it doesn't unravel or unspool while you're driving down the road. Okay, what else? There's cabinets up here. They're a little awkward shaped. Like this one is a triangle. I don't know if you can see, that's like a wedge shape. The middle one is fully square, and then the last one is also a wedge shape, but it's like bigger. So that's nice. And then we have this cool entertainment center, which has a DVD player built in with the TV here and lots of space. This slide is not all the way out. It's like, I don't know, 8 to 10 inches still in. So that would go all the way out so you could fully access that cabinet when it's out all the way. But I don't know if you can see this. That's the neighbor's fence. Literally, like right there. I could touch it. We can't open the slide any further. In fact, it's not even supposed to be open that far. But we were trying to get it in. We thought if we pushed it out, it would come in. See if I can get a better angle. There's 1 bunk, 2 bunk, 3 bunk, 4 bunk, and a little closet, which is really nice. There's a hanging clothes side. Sorry, it's so dark. And 3 little cubby shelves, which I'll probably put some kind of drawer thing in, assuming I can pull them out, just to organize things better for the kids. Our plan is, since we have 2 children, we'll put the smaller one on this bunk because it is slightly more narrow, and the bigger one on this bunk. And we'll have toys and other things down here, as well as the dog crate will be down here because he sleeps in his crate, and there's no room for it in the master bedroom, so we'll probably put it right there. I plan to put all their books and things and everything in here. We also have planned little curtains for them for each of their bunks, and I bought fabric for curtains and sheets so they can have like a custom sheet because they're weird sizes. Like this is not a normal bed size. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's like, it's less than a regular twin. It's almost like a crib twin or a crib mattress, but longer. I don't know. My 6-year-old son fits on it just fine. And this one's more close, it's closer to a standard twin. It's a little bit wider. So it's like, how do you buy sheets for that? So I just bought some fabric and we're gonna custom make sheets. And we just put these mattresses, there's 2 of them. One of them was down here. We just moved it up here to give them a little more cushion, and because we're not using the bottom as a bed. At least not right now. We could someday. I bought all kinds of stuff for their little rooms to make it fun and unique to them, because I mean, I think that's important since they have to share a space, to make sure that their little bunk is their own like little cave. We have glow-in-the-dark stars to put up, and they each have little pillow things that they can put in here. I bought a little CD player, I know, old-fashioned, right? That maybe they could like listen to audiobooks on, or even just the radio or something, depending on where we are. So it's a decent sized RV. Even with the slides not out all the way, I feel like we can make this a cozy little home and not be too stressed. So our plan, as I said, this is all a little bit jumbled. I'm not good at vlogging, blogging, whatever you call it. Our plan is to visit some states that we like. We've got kind of a short list of things we want to check out and look at farmland. We're going to buy some acreage and plant our roots, build a farm, get to know the community, go to church, all the things, and hopefully establish a place that our kids will take over when we are gone. So we're building a legacy. We're not just going out for fun or, you know, trying to do something for ourselves. We'll share more about our motivations and why we're doing what we're doing as we go along. So for now, I'm unpacking a few things that I brought in. Okay, so I'm just slowly bringing things in that we're going to need. These are tracks for the kids' bunks. that we put up on the wall and hang their curtains from these clips. I'm not drilling holes in the ceiling, obviously. I have a different way to attach them than drilling holes. But I bought 2 of them. I might not need to. I may just need to split one in half. We'll see. And then I'm very thoughtful. So I bought some clothespins and a portable clothesline in case we need to do laundry. And that's kind of what this bin is for too. If for some reason we have gone too long and we need something washed, like now, I can wash it in this tub and then hang it to dry. I don't expect that we'll be off the grid to that extent, but just in case, it's also just nice to have a tub like this for doing dishes in or toting things around like I am now. It's collapsible, so I can collapse it and stick it away somewhere and it won't be in the way. This is the CD player I got them. It's not the pink one though, it's black. I debated because I really like the purple and blue one too, but it's not for me. It's for them. And I figure since neither of them have the same favorite color, I would just get a plain black one. And then my plan is, because you can't set things on a surface like that and trundle down the road and not expect it to go flying. So I have also purchased, if I can find it, Velcro strips. They're like command strips, but they're Velcro. If that doesn't work, I also got this stuff. This is called Nano Tape. It's a double-sided tape. It's very strong. Other RVers videos I've watched, they swear by this stuff, so we'll see. I also plan to hang some pictures with that. That will help keep them from like rattling. Because it's one thing to hang it like with a command hook, but when you're going down the road, you don't want it rattling and scraping up your wall. Here's my stars for the kids' bunks. We got, this is a tie-out rope for Luke. He won't be left tied out, but if we want to let him like run around while I'm cooking or something and I don't have to keep him on a short leash, we can tie him up. We've got some toilet paper. In RVs, you need specifically RV toilet paper or septic safe. So we'll put that, we'll stash that in there. That was mostly for our week trip we were supposed to be doing right now, that we are not doing because it's stuck. Oh, these are cool. So these are little tension rods that you put in your cupboards to keep stuff from falling down while you're driving. So much of this is just to keep things in place while you're driving. This is a knife, what do you call it, magnetic knife holder. Again, just to keep things organized. I think I've decided I want to hang it here, but I need my biggest knife so I can measure to make sure I'm not putting it too high or too low. This is the little CD player I bought. It's just a tiny little radio CD player. But I'm going to put it, it's for the children. Of course, I love music too, so it's for us. We get to enjoy it together. But this is going to go here. And the RV is currently on the house power, like it's plugged into the house. So I'm not using up battery, leaving lights on, or plugging in this radio. Okay. There we go. It's not my favorite radio station, but it'll do. I miss my radio station from Pennsylvania. It had no commercials. Well, it had like ads for events and things, like other people's churches or music people that were coming into town, like Lauren Daigle or whoever. They had ads for that stuff, but they didn't have commercials like these stations do. Okay, so these are command hooks. I don't know if you're familiar with these. Not command hooks, excuse me, command strips. So I'm going to put it on and it's not going to stay forever in a million years. I can remove it. So if I don't like where I put it, it's not the end of the world. We can always move it somewhere else. stick it. I'm not sure where would be good to put it because it has these feet, so it raises it up. So maybe I need to put like, I want to put batteries in it, but I don't know. Look at the battery. Okay. I think the power button doesn't work very well, or it's a function button. That's okay. It was very inexpensive. That's a polite way of saying cheap. So if it doesn't work, just return it. Okay. On to my next task. Okay, so here we are in Annalise's bunk. Say hi, Annalise.
Hi.
I bought these nets to hang for the kids to put soft toys, stuffed animals, etc.
Yeah.
So Annalise is going to help me. You're going to stick this on this wall, but in the corner.
Right here, like that?
Yep. And then peel off the red part. And then put the hook like this. And so you're just going to hook it through one of these little holes where that little red tag is. And the thing is, we have so many of these, if it falls down, we can put it back up. It's not the end of the world. I have to get some scissors and cut a little hole.
I'm going to get in the way of the camera for a sec.
That's okay. Hold the hook. No, give me that. Don't worry about that. Hold that hook. Push it. Because I need to measure. Sorry, I need to switch my feet around. I'm straddling the gap between the bunks, in case anybody's wondering. You can't see me, but that's what I'm doing. Short people problems. I'm going to cut a little hole.
Well, to make it easier, just a tiny hole in that one little thing, since it won't stretch.
Where'd my hole go? I can't find my hole. My hole among the holes. There we go.
Move it all the way down, then let
It's a real team effort here. Gosh, this stuff is sturdier than I remember.
And the command hooks are way less sturdy.
Is that not staying?
I think we need a new thing. Okay. Yeah, look, see?
Okay. Stretch and push it tight. Push. Rub the sides of it like this.
Very hard with the light in my way.
I know. You're doing a good job.
Ta-da!
If I have these scissors, I can trim off this.
I don't trust it.
Just be patient. Okay. Now we're going to do another one. I do have other means of hanging this up if this doesn't work. So we're sort of...
I suggest other means.
Let it go. It's fine. Okay. It needs to sit for a few minutes before you actually use it. Wall side. Gotta read. Wall side. Right, I'm gonna just cut it. Right. Did it cut?
No. Wait, yep, it cut that time.
And then stick it in there.
I think we've got it to a system now.
There.
Wait. Why am I talking to a command hook?
Because it's fun.
True.
Okay, so now put that back on the hook. Yeah. And find the hole again.
Here's the hole.
And you have stronger, bigger hooks too, so.
I say stronger, bigger.
Try it. And put the entire hem in the hook. This is riveting.
Could you get off the tag? It's getting more in the way.
Well, it's necessary. I'll just cut it shorter. How about that for that other hole?
Ta-da!
And now, for a change of scenery, I'm leaving the RV. A lot has happened since the last filming, or last thing I filmed. We had a friend over visiting with Peter, and so his mom came to pick him up, and went home. And then I went out here to the garden. This is my backyard garden. And I'm just pulling weeds, just getting the ground ready. So this bed here, and these two are done and ready to be planted in. But I need to do this back row, this one, and I need to really try to pretty this one up. This is the strawberries. They got kind of dug up by the chickens when the chickens were in here. So they're coming back, but there's some weeds and there's some pits in the soil. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but there's like divots in the soil. So I need to top dress that with some compost and just make it look nice so that they can come back and grow strawberries. Then these will get covered with straw as well to mulch them. The reason we cover the bed with straw is to prevent new weeds from growing. It's not necessary, I guess. You should always cover your soil with something. I choose straw. It's just easier. I did wood chips last year, but I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. So we went back to straw this year, and I like it. It just looks neater. It's easy to push aside and plant things like I did my peas over here. Peas. Little peas. Nice row there. And then I have another row at the back of this bed. Normally, peas don't like to be transplanted. You should plant them in the ground and just let them grow up in the ground. But we have birds and rats and whatever else comes and eats my seed before they have a chance to grow. So then they end up growing really spotty. I just get a couple here and there and then have to reseed them. And then they're all different heights. So this year I decided to just do a bunch of seeds for peas in the greenhouse. And as long as you transplant them soon enough before they start to tangle, like I don't know if it's going to show up on my camera, but if you look here, there's these little curlicue things. These little vines will reach out. They kind of wind like this, looking for something to climb, and then they'll grab on and curl up. And if they happen to grab onto their neighbor and curl up, it's really hard to untangle them. And so if you're transplanting them out and you have to try to untangle them, you could very well break off the leader. If you break off the lead stem, like break this off right here, that plant's not going to get any taller. It might grow some side shoots, but it's just going to struggle. So if you want to really transplant them well, you have to be super gentle because they don't like their roots disturbed. But you also need to make sure that they're not so big that they're getting tangled up in each other in the tray. Because when you go to try to break them apart, they will get stunted. So just be super careful if you do it. I did it successfully, and they're all growing. And there's an airplane. It looks a lot closer to me than it does to you. Okay, it's gone. I live between SeaTac and Arlington Airport, so there's always airplanes flying over. And there's my chickens. Hello, chickens. Those two right there in the camera, those two are actually mine. They're going to someone I know. And then the others are my friends' chickens. And there's one more that's mine, but where is she? Well, she was over here. Maybe she went into the coop. Just gardening, taking care of the garden. We are going to be putting gravel in the walkways, which is a long time coming. I've been meaning to do it for a while. But it's just going to make this garden area easier to walk in, and it'll look really nice and uniform and presentable for when we put the house up for sale, which will be soon. So the first thing we need to do in order to put gravel in the garden, in the walkways, is get the RV out of the side yard. To get the RV out of the side yard, David needs to fix the slide, which he should be doing tonight. And then hopefully tomorrow after work he can move the RV out into the driveway. We can start loading it and taking care of all the things, and we can get the gravel to put in the garden. Hooray! And I have all kinds of plants in the greenhouse that I'm going to be putting out. I'll probably have to buy some starts too, because not all of my starts did very well. It's just been too cold and dark. But we'll see. We'll fill this out nice so it just looks presentable and beautiful for the potential owners. So that's the update on this. I'm going to get back to work, and I'll let you have a view of the chickens before I go. Hey, Big Mama. That's Big Mama. Hey, Big Mama. Hey, Big Lady. Her sister Gilda went to live with my other chickens at a friend's house, and she's left here. But she and Betty, that's Betty over there. I adopted Betty at the same time as Big Mama, so they're sort of like sisters. Yeah, Big Mama's real friendly. She would come sit in my lap if I let her. Wouldn't ya? You're a good chicken. And that's a rooster. I don't know all of Alexis's chickens' names, but the Polish ones are the ones with the fluffy heads, and they're hilarious to watch. Yes, I'm talking to you, you silly girl. That's a hen. That one is a rooster. I think he looks like he's wearing some kind of feather coat, like I don't know, someone on the red carpet wearing this big fluffy coat. They're so much fun. I'm gonna miss you guys. Yeah. But I'm excited about getting new chickens too. So it's kind of a mix. Good and bad. So that was part of my day. Obviously I didn't film the whole day. I'm going to try to do more videos. They may not be very cohesive or coherent, but I'm just going to show you what we're up to, what the process has been like, trying to get the house ready for sale and get the RV ready to live in, letting go of our chickens, saying goodbye, all of those things. Another airplane is going by, of course. It can't be helped. I live by an airport. So thank you for watching, hanging out with me, and stay tuned. More to come.